now? Gaza?
Trump says, United States taking it over.
Says U.S. taking Gaza.
Is that what he
So
said?
level it, kick them all out so you can level it and build it up.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Taking them all out. Yeah, sorry.
Listen, I mean,
They
he's crazy
said
enough
they're
to
going
do
to own it. The United States will own it.
He said he might open a hotel.
Seriously?
Yeah.
This is what they had conversations with?
In front of the
His
press.
announcement
His
today,
announcement.
yeah. It did,
Abolishing the Department of Education, and Ted Cruz wants to abolish the IRS. No, they're going to collect taxes, but not with the IRS.
You know, you guys enjoy watching this stuff?
love it.
And letting me know.
Well, now it's a little bit of comedy. It's a little funny. Like it seems like it's.
Comic, how
You
much?
know,
how
it's
much
comedy, but
bribery
is it
has been
working?
going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
But is it working? I mean, it's just
They're
it's still too
saving
fresh.
tons of money already. I think something like 200 employees left already.
Well, the funny thing is going to be we're going to see how much money was being spent
Yes.
on the dumbest things. That's what we're going to find out.
Well,
Going into politicians'
You
pockets.
guys enjoy yourself. I'll prepare this, you prepare that, and then we'll swap on Tuesday nights, okay? All right, so we're still holding in Sichos Haran Ayin Hey. We took a break for 2 weeks. Not break, we went into depth discussing how it is that tefillah could be higher than Torah. Remember, we had the 3 levels last week. If you daven just for Gashmias, you daven for Gashmias in order for Ruchnias. That was the middle level, but still that type of tefillah is lower than Torah because ultimately the goal is the Gashmias for the Torah, for the Ruchnias. And then there's a madriga of davening just for Ruchnias, just for Dvekas HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That could be potentially even higher than Torah, and that's the type of tefillah that we have to start davening, a little more mature. A little more mature in our tefillahs. Is, we've already asked for money like 8 bajillion times. It's time to move on a little bit. You could also ask for that once in a while, but start to ask for higher level things. Your Shemaim, Avodas Hashem, Panemius, to learn more, to daven more, to have more focus, to have more, everything that we're learning, like Rabbi Nachman said, we're always supposed to turn our Torahs into tefillahs. That's what Rabbi Nachman said. So Rabbi Nosson explains that means, Kipshuto, you learn something, whatever you're learning, so it's called Torah, then turn that into a tefillah, daven into a Kadosh Baruch Hu. If it's something practical, so ask for Kadosh Baruch Hu, tell him what you learned, and then ask him to help you out. You're learning the Indian of davening. So after we learn, spend some time, write it down, or type it up, or say it on your mouth, the Kadosh Baruch Hu. So I just learned the Gevaldik Torah, Sichos Haran Ayin Hey. He's talking about davening. He's giving me chizuk in davening. Kadosh Baruch Hu, help me daven. I want to daven. And I want to stop davening for just narishkeit, for gashmis. I want to be able to have my tefillah be more. I want my tefillah to be even more mature. To daven to you for ruchnis, daven for high level things. And the Kadosh Baruch Hu says, "Hey, this tefillah is for high level things, right?" So to turn your Torahs into tefillahs, any Torah that a person you learn anything, doesn't matter what it is, for 2 seconds, turn to a Kadosh Baruch Hu in that tefillah. Turn to him. Very simple. Could be anything. You could be learning Hilchas. We're learning Sanhedrin. Okay, so half the world's learning Daf Yomi, So you're learning Sanhedrin. So you're learning Sanhedrin. So what does it do with me and killing and Mises, Arbi Mises Veisdin, Skilas, Reif, Herich, Henich. I'm not killing anybody. No one's killing me. How about Kadosh Baruch Hu, help me judge people down the Kaschos? Right, Sanhedrin is about judging. Okay, so I'm not a judge on a Bezdin, but I'm judging people and places and things, and I'm judging a Kadosh Baruch Hu every single second. Do you know that we're judging a Kadosh Baruch Hu every single second? If you don't like what's going on in your life, you judge the Kadosh Baruch Hu L'ra. And if you're happy with what you have, you judge them L'tov, down the Kaschos. So Sanhedrin is not Sha'echtas. Be a little creative, a little bit out of the box. But when we judge down for the Gashmias, we're very narrow. We pigeonhole ourselves into very small spaces. To become more expansive. So turning all of our Torahs into tefillahs, we could become people. Halavai, says the Gemara. I think it's Rabbi Shulman Levi in the Gemara Brachas. Halavai should daven all day. What do you mean saying Shemona Esrei all day? No, it means your whole life is filled with tefillahs. Because what's tefillah? We'll talk about it more tonight. Tefillah is the main goal of tefillah is to be davik to Kadosh Baruch Hu, to build a relationship with the Kadosh Baruch Hu, to speak to him, to converse with him. Okay, so you have the words in the siddur. You can say whatever words you want also. To know that he's listening, to believe in him, to thank him, Ahavas Hashem. Also in some of the words is Yiras Hashem. He's the Melech Meimis, he's the king who also kills people, or he takes away their life. He takes the neshama out. Melech Meimis, it's a pachas, it's a yom v'nor. Umachaya, Kadosh gives life. Every moment, a person can have this relationship with the Kadosh Baruch Hu. There's many ways that a Kadosh Baruch Hu manheg us. But to be more cognizant, to be more into the tefillah. That's what we're discussing. They need a tefillah a lot. So we're going to continue here, and it's wrong that you have. I didn't look at every different one. So on page Nun Zayin here, right in the middle of the page, right after the parentheses, it says Umehecha. Page Nun Zayin. Look at my finger, right? Take a look. Got it? So I'm just using this version. And how could a person be zocha to such a high avoda? Tefillah, to connect to Kadosh Baruch Hu. Kadosh Baruch Hu is everything. Alkein alav lasos silo. So Menachem says, sometimes when you have something that's so big, tefillah. The Gemara says tefillah is berumo shalom. Tefillah is at the height of the world. The emes of a person really was able to daven properly. You have the tzaddikim, the Baal Shem down for hours, the Alter Rebbe down for hours. For hours and hours they were davening. They were in Rabbi Nachman. So to us, we're like, what are they doing? It must be massive. It's so high. It's like a shir sakelim. So some people, the response is, I'm going to try to do it also. Very few people. Like it's very, very few. I'm going to try also. Most, that's too much. I can't do this. It's too much. I can't do this. What's the point? I can't get to that Madrid. That's cold. That's crazy. What's the avoda? When something is so big, so fast, humble yourself. Humble yourself. Don't be miyayish. A person with ego, he's miyayish. If I can't do that, then what's the point? Yish, hopelessness, despair, asa deraisa. For a person who has a healthy head and his shoulders and understands, lo alacha hamlacha, it's not upon you to finish the malacha. Kadosh Baruch Hu knows we're human beings. Don't be such a bal gaiva. Be humbled. Have humility. So what does a person do when he's so overwhelmed by the greatness of this avodah? How am I supposed to ever get to tefillah? What should you do? It's so big. It's taka so big. It is true. It's so big. And to try to copy after the big tzaddikim, it might be too much. So what do? And I'm telling you, you can't just give up. So it's very simple. It's the simplest thing in the world. He says, "Alkein alav lasos shalom." Just do what you can do. Just do what you can do. Say the words according to what you're holding. Don't fake it. Don't underachieve. Just say the words like you know how to say them. If you can muster some kavana, great. If not, not. Maybe tomorrow will be a better day. If tomorrow's not a better day, maybe the next day will be a better day. But if you give up, you got nothing. So stay in the game. Give what you got. But don't overdo it. Because then you might come crashing down. Just say the words of tefillah b'pshitas gomer. Pshitas. That's like the main eight that Rabbi Nachman gives. I tell it to everybody. Just be patient. Stop. Relax. Stop being so complicated, so complex. Who said you have to be the biggest tzaddik? Just do what you got to do. Really? I could just be me? I could just daven and learn according to my majority. I don't have to fake it. I don't have to pretend that I'm somebody that I'm... No, you don't have to. Sorry. You could actually just be normal because that's how God made you. So you can't be better than that. Why would you try to... No, because I thought I'm supposed to. Yeah, you're supposed to work hard, but you're not supposed to fake it. You're not supposed to pretend to be somebody else or tell other people or shuckle a lot so everybody thinks that you're a good davener. You're selling yourself. JBU, that's what I call it. It's the new college we're going to make. JBU, what does it stand for? Just be you. JBU. It's next to BYU. It's the Jewish version. JBU.
What's BYU?
I thought you were educated. What is it called? Brigham Young? Brigham Young. It's for Mormons or something. Very religious. They're probably nice people. I'm making a joke. They're probably nice people. We're going to make a Jewish version. JBU. Just be you. That's the college. Just be you. What college course do you want to take? Whatever you want, man. We got whatever you want. Just be you.
Just be you. Whatever you do, just be you.
Just be you. That's what Kadosh Baruch Hu says. What do you want to do in this world for Parnasa? This is what Chavos says. What should you do for Parnasa? Whatever you feel like doing. Not money talks. That's not what you want to do. That's what maybe your Nefesh Bahamis wants you to do. What do you want to do? Whatever you feel like you're good at. Whatever you feel like you want to do, you can do it. And Kadosh Baruch Hu will take care of you. Don't worry. You want to be a doctor? Be a doctor. You want to be a garbage man? If you feel like that's your purpose in life, go be a garbage man. You enjoy throwing garbage out and cleaning up the streets? Could be. So go do that.
You get a pension too.
Get a pension too. The garbage men make more than the IRS now. Trump changed the salary cap. Hires one, lowers the other. But just be you. So daven like you can daven. Pshita's gomer. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't be too soft on yourself. Just be normal. It's like, when was the last time you had like a sandwich for lunch and you're like, oh man, I did not eat that sandwich well. I didn't eat it well. I could have eaten it better. Like last time you brushed your teeth, like, oh, that was a bad brush. Man, I'm so depressed. I'm not gonna brush tomorrow night. It just wasn't a good one yesterday. I can't brush like the champions. So I'm not gonna brush anymore. No one does that. Only when it comes to spiritual things. Person was watching something on his, something, whatever, Parav. After it's not like, I didn't watch that well. You just watch it because you watch it. That's what you're in the mood to do. You just do it. So you have to daven, just daven. It sounds like silly, but it's not. Just daven. There's so much going on over here. Like this, should be better, should be worse, should be up, be down. What's the point anyway? I'm not going to daven well anyway. You know what's going on over here? If you would just take whatever's focused over here and just say it with your mouth, you'd be okay. But we don't. We're like in the clouds. I think many people are just walking down and they're already done. It's like not even, it's a non-starter, really. It's not going to happen today. I know it's not. So I'm going to try. He says just do what you could do. Some days you come in, you had a really hard night sleeping. Okay, so you're not going to focus. Okay. So say the words like you can say. Some days you come in, you're on fire. Great. Say the words like you can say. Sometimes you walk in, you just had a big fight with your kid going to school, and your head's spinning and you're all angry. So you're not going to have to say the words like that. So say what you could say. Each day might be different, so what? But there's like some rule, you're supposed to daven the same thing everybody. You're a robot. You're not a robot, you're a human being. Human beings have emotions, right? That's normal. Guess what? Kadosh Baruch Hu says, Rachmana liba bay. It says in the Gemara that Kadosh wants your heart. He wants you to be normal. He wants you to be you. He knows. He's there. What's davening? It's about the Shabbat. It's the avodah of the heart. Be normal. If you're angry, so be angry and daven angry. I don't know. Who cares? Once you fake it, then you're not you. Then you're vada. You're out to lunch. Okay, it doesn't mean don't work on things. Of course, try not to get angry. Try to be patient. But if not, tell Kadosh Baruch Hu how you feel. He'd rather hear honestly how you feel than you faking it. And who wants that? How's that a relationship? If it's not a guy that you don't really care about, you don't want to hear his garbage. It's good that he fakes his emotions and he's just nice. Fine. But if you're having a real relationship with a person, you want to hear what they have to say. You want to hear when their emotions are wrong. You want to discuss with them. Okay, not every single time, but whatever. That's a relationship. Because we don't even have relationships anymore. I don't know what that means. We're losing a lot of things. We're selling ourselves for just materialistic pleasures, or because for whatever reason, because we enjoy the materialism, or we're just so nervous. Either way, we're losing. We're losing ourselves. No? Relationships are like, what is a relationship anymore? A relationship becomes, I give you money, you give me money. That's a relationship. That's all we got. That's what we got left. No DMCs, meaningful conversations are going to happen over there. Do you like the crisp bills or do you like the ones that are more used? Like, what's your style? That's what's become of us. We just text, quick text. Hey, how are you? Great. Okay, good. BH. BSD. IYH. BEH. TTYL. LOL.
BDE.
BD. Oh, whoa.
I know, it's like that said. Like, BDE.
BD, right, yeah. But we could be humans again. JBU. College coming to you.
EMP.
EMP.
That's how you could be using it.
What's EMP?
Well, electromagnetic pulse.
I've never seen that in a text before.
There you go.
Okay. I'm going to send you that, but I can send you that tomorrow.
We're under attack.
Oh, I hear what you're saying. Right from Ocean's 11, right?
I'm saying when you do that,
Yeah,
then,
forget.
Oh, you lost me.
technology.
All right, we're going to read 2 lines tonight. It's a show. So just start davening with pshitas. Start davening with pshitas. At least start. Adon Olam Asher Malach. Say those words. By the way, people don't say Adon Olam anymore. It's pretty sad, actually. I'm not going to ask you to raise your hand. Raise your imaginary hand. Do you say Adon Olam?
Other
I hope
than
the
on
answer is
Shabbos.
yes. What?
Other than on Shabbos.
Yeah. Adon Olam Hashem Malach is like, it's like one of the biggest tefillahs. I told you, I made a joke. A guy was telling me that he was a rabbi. We were doing a summer program. This is like 10 years ago. And I was davening Adon Olam with the kids. And he walked into the classroom and was like, wow, I can't remember the last time I said Adon Olam. Like, you're a rabbi of kids. How do you not say Adon Olam? Adon Olam Hashem Malach, B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra, right? God created the world? Nah. Have you ever tasted Adon Olam? Maybe you said it. Have you ever tasted it? No? You've never tasted Adon Olam Hashem Malach with a coffee Shabbos morning? Missing out. Missing out. Do you ever hear? Have you ever heard of Karduner's Adon Olam?
No. Not that I know of. I'll check it out.
Oh my God!
Love cartoons.
We'll play.
Just play.
Now?
Turn it to
I
nigga
don't know.
Shua.
What's the tachless if we're not going to listen to it?
JBU.
Yeah, JV, let's play.
What about Shema every night? No.
What about Shema?
It's at the
Shema's
end.
too serious. Stop with Shema.
I don't
No, you say Adon
Don't
Olam
stop.
at the end.
What?
You say Adon Olam at the end.
Say it every night.
Yeah, no. You do. It's a little bit rough at night. You're sleeping. In the morning, you're awake.
It's the last
But in the morning,
thing.
you're rushing.
Or you're saying Shema to your kids to sleep with Adon Olam.
That's right.
I'm just saying in the morning. Don't be shachris.
Oh, with the clock.
That hockey me a China over here, all right, buddy? You playing it?
Yeah, I just gotta get it.
Yosef Karduner, his name is?
I know which song.
Okay. We'll play it afterwards.
Here it is.
Listen. Oh my gosh. Do you hear this? He's a wrestler. Tomorrow morning,
Taste.
bring your headphones to shul. Come a few minutes early and play that with the Taliesin Tefillin on. You want to taste Adon Olam? Do you hear how sweet that was?
It's one of my best. One of my favorites.
Just want you to answer when I asked.
Yes.
Yosef.
Sure.
So say Adon Olam Hashem Allah. Just say the words. It really is best to know what the words mean. It's really best, and it's really not good to. I said this a million times, to have to read the interlinear. You're not going to be able to taste it because you're learning. You're not davening. It's better to spend a minute or two to learn what the words mean before davening, and then to just daven the words. You know what the words mean. A lot of them you know. Something you have to look at. It's not that hard. Adon Olam Asher Malach. Adon Olam. He's the master of the world. Asher Malach, who ruled. B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra. Okay, some of them are a little hard. Before any creation was created. B'terem Kol Yitzir. Okay. Try it. I'm telling you. You need to taste the sweetness of tefillah. The problem is it's too fast.
Yes.
It's very, very fast. It
It's a lot of
is. You can say Adon Olam whenever you want during the day. You can say any hodus whenever you want during the day. You can say Shema whenever you can say anything. Shema Esrei we don't say. Fine. Tachlan, no one says anyway. But everything else you can say Aleinu if you want. Why not? It's Kabbalah Samach Hashemayim. Matovu in the middle of the day. Kavalt. Don't say any brachos. Okay? Don't count. No, I don't want to get in trouble for this. Modani, who you never said a Modani in the middle of the day, just like you're just having a good day. It's like Modani. When we leave tefillah just 3 times a day, it becomes very robotic, very school, very like, let me get out of here as fast as possible. We start bringing it into when I want to bring it in, so then it tastes different. Tastes different. Ta'amu kitov Hashem. Taste and you'll see it's good. V'yata azna mashu omer. And let's. What's one of the biggest problems that we have? V'yata azna mashu omer. A person should incline his ear to what he's saying. Be in the zone. Be in the game. You're davening. Be there. V'yitzamtem esmach shavto ma'od shel tispazim achshavto l'chutz. And constrict your mind a lot, that it's not floating to spazer, it's not dispersed to other machshavas lachutz outside. This is like, you're talking about things that we've lost in this world. I think the word focus is not even in the dictionary anymore. To focus anything outside money, or if you're a doctor and you're outside of job, who focuses? You focus on you don't focus on your kids, you don't focus on your spouse, you don't focus on yourself. We focus on ourselves the least. Focus on davening, like blinders. Like we have to be like an animal, like the animal, like the horses, like a carrot in front of their head and the blinders, because otherwise they're all over the place. That's what we have to do. You have to put on blinders. You have to, Baruch Hashem, most of us have a towel. You have towels, you put it over your head. And if you don't, sit it in your face. And just look, that's nothing else should matter. That's it. Even if you're not spiritual, flying, Kabbalistic, and even if you're not knowing what all the words mean, say the words, at least be focused on what you're saying, because that's the program right now. Chazal said, here, take this, just say this. That's it. No question, just say it. There are higher levels than that. But for the time being, that's what you should say. I remember when I was in high school, and I went to a modern high school, and I was not into anything. But I remember it made a big impression. One of my rebbeim gave a whole shmooze. He came back. He had gotten a shmooze from, I forgot his name, he passed away. I forgot his name now. But he heard a big shmooze about not looking outside your sitter. I remember, I don't know what happened. I took upon myself that thing. Just to look in the sitter, not look anywhere else. Now, I don't think I understood any single word of davening at all. But I took on that hadhaga. And it kept me quiet. And it kept me focused. And something about tefillah was just different. I just took it seriously. I wasn't so connected in Devekas. I didn't even know what the word Devekas was then. But I took it seriously. People who are more mature can take that and use that to go on Vita. But we first need to focus. We're like, the guys nowadays, everybody's like floating. You know, the guys like walk around all davening, they're just like floating around. The sitters, they're sitters by their side, like, and they're just like saying all the words. It's very nice, you're saying all the words. That's not called Dibur Pashut. That's called, I don't know, Dibur Pizur. It's like, the words are going everywhere. You're just like showering the world with your words. Like you're such a tzaddik. Like, the world doesn't need your tefillahs floating around. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever noticed something? This is great. This is great. It's great. Go to any minyan. Shabbos more than the weekday, because the weekday we have to move fast because we have to catch the train, right? You don't have time to move around. But Shabbos, we're like, guys are just there for like 2 hours. Just watch the amount of movement, the amount of moving back and forth. Not even a davening, just like chazars shots. Watch what chazars shots. No one can just stand there. Everybody's all over the place. The women stand still. They don't move. The men, all over the place. All ADD, central. No?
Yes.
All. Do you know about chazars shots, according to the results, even higher than the regular Shemona Esrei? You're supposed to keep your eyes, you're supposed to pay attention to the brachos of every. That's never happened in the history of creation. At least for most Jews. Right? You know what I'm saying? Tispazer, we're Pizer, Pizer Nefesh? It's called scatterbrain. They translate. We're scatterbrained. There's no way we can daven properly if we're not even just looking in the siddur properly. We're not talking about high levels of chassidus here. Basic koach harikuz. You know what rikuz means? Nothing? Rikuz means focus. Rikuz. To focus in. This is important, right? For now, 40 minutes. Listen, you're here anyway. If you're not giving yourself, stay home. If you're going davening anyway, you're putting your tefillin on anyway, so just focus. Put the phone away. It's amazing. It's not about Musar. It's not about, you're going to go to Gehenna. That's not. If you want to enjoy davening, if you want to taste it, you have to be in it. It's crazy because our das, you could be, if you're eating an ice cream, whatever you enjoy eating, and you're totally focused on something that's happening on the outside, it's possible you don't even taste the ice cream. Did you taste it? Of course you tasted it, but your mind is somewhere else. So, right? You want to enjoy the gashmias, you have to be focused on it. What happens? Most of us are we're thinking about the next bite when we're involved in one bite, right? So we're not even enjoying the gashmias to the greatest degree possible. So certainly when it comes to anything else that's not as physical, it's like davening. If you're not focused there, you're not there. You're pushing not there. And how could you expect to enjoy davening? How could you expect to have any kind of relationship? How could you expect to mekayim any of the divrei chazal, or what the Hasidic masters say about tefillah, what it could be? If you're not there, you're not there. You're not there. So that's what he says. V'yata azno mashu omer, pay attention to what you're saying. The Yitzamtim is machshav to constrict your machshavas because machshavas go all over the place. Ma'od a lot shelo tispaz machshav l'chutz. Don't have your machshavas all over the place thinking about other things. Rak shetiya kol machshavta besoch diburei hatfil. For when you're davening shachas mincha marav, all of your machshavas should be in the siddur, in the words you're saying, and it helps to actually look in the siddur. That helps focus. Your eyes are very important for focus. It's connected right to the brain. We think, again, that's why I was making a joke. The guys walk around like they're like eyes all over the place. They're not paying attention. It's a trick. It's crazy how people think that that's actually davening. B'chlal not davening. It's not real. Everybody's like, wow, look at this tzaddik. He knows Tefillah Baal Peh. He's walking around. Wow, he must be mystical or something. Mystical. Yispal kach keseder b'pshitas gomer, daven in order b'pshitas gomer. Very simple. In your city, you know Rav Chaim. I saw him. Chaim Kanievsky, Zatzal. He's using every mashal. Until we have the next big tzaddik, we're still going to use Rav Chaim. By Marav, I sat behind him. I think he had his finger on the place. Chaim Kanievsky. He knew a few things Baal Peh. He definitely knew Marav Baal Peh. Yes, we could say Rav Chaim Kanievsky. His finger was on the place. Focus. Now, he also had a lot of things in his head, Torah things. So therefore, it could be that he wanted to help him focus. Put your finger on the place, and we're thinking about a lot less things than Reb Chaim. Put your finger on the place. Right? In high school, they had to yell at you, and you didn't want to listen. Now you're more mature. You know that putting your finger on the place, taka is important. You tell your kids to do it, so you should do it. It's important. Finger on the place, because in your eyes, follow your finger, follows the words. It sounds silly, but it'll help your davening. It's okay to be silly. The Baal Shem Tov said it's better to be silly in the eyes of the people, but to be emesdik in the eyes of a Kadosh Baruch Hu, than to be silly in the eyes of a Kadosh Baruch Hu, but to be looking good in the eyes of the people. Who cares what the people? Who cares? If you want it to be, it has to be emesdik, real. Put your finger on the place, because I don't trust that your eyes are going to be there. You're going to be all over the place. It's hard to focus because you don't know what we're saying. Finger on the place. Make it a thing. I'll buy you a treat. I'll buy you ice cream. Make a chart. Anybody keeps a finger on the place for an entire week, I will go to Berylicious. 2 for Tuesdays only. Motzei Shabbos, but not for me. 2 for Tuesdays, I will take you. I'll send someone of you guys in. Anybody who want to take me up on this? 7 days? I'll buy ice cream. It's on me. Extra cookies. Just no candy. I don't like the candy on the ice cream. That's weird. Just the cookies, or the cookie dough, or the sour, whatever. Yes? He's thinking about it. Pizza. I'll take you a pizza.
No, it's okay.
Okay. He says, Kach b'pshitas gomer, afilu b'li yisraelis v'chiyas v'slavas. Even if you're not feeling it, you're not inspired, don't give up. Just say the words. V'yelech kach b'tfilas kam v'kam amilas. Daven like this for many words, ukam adapen, or for many pages. You can just say the words, even if that's all you got. Ad shebesol kach, until the time Yazru Hashem v'rachamo l'sayros, until Kadosh Baruch Hu taka helps you and is more you and makes you feel a little bit. Ozayin, he said, well, you don't know Ozayin. And if you go the entire davening and you don't feel anything at all, what could you do? It happens. It happens a lot. There's no rules. Here's a kapitel to him. Maybe afterwards you'll say one kapitel, you'll feel inspired. Maybe you'll daven a personal request to Kadosh Baruch Hu or some kind of supplication, and you'll feel, no. Move on. Haklal, the rule is, she'ha'odem tzarech lahachriach atzmo b'chol ha'kochos l'chol ha'devarim shebekedusha ma'od. The rule is, underline, that a person needs to push himself with all of his kochos for any area of kedusha, whether it's davening, whether it's learning, whether it's midos tovos, whatever it's at. Put your kochos in, because there's a lot of Yetzer Hara against you. There's a lot of laziness, nefesh bahamas against you. You need to put your time in. Especially with tefillah. It needs focus, mindfulness, consciousness. It's a lot of is. But you got to put it in. We'd rather just be lazy. It's a lot easier to be lazy and not be focused. But then you have no relationship. And even after that, if you try to put your energy in, and still you're not zochet to anything, also low. Leap up with that glow. It's also to be upset. It's also to be depressed. It's also to be miyai. Also. If you try, you put your hishtadlus in, the inspiration, the effect, the feeling, that's up to Kadosh Baruch Hu. That's not, you cannot do that. You can only build a vessel, a keli. A keli is someone who says the words. A keli is someone who comes on time. A person who's trying to be pashut, trying to remove any emotional attachment or any expectations. Just be pashut. Build yourself as a kli. If you feel it, thank you Hashem. If you don't feel it, thank you Hashem. Doesn't matter. What a person thinks, oh, I can't believe it. I just asked Kadosh Baruch Hu for Parnasa today, but I didn't feel it. I really didn't feel it. And I asked him for the $1 million I needed. Sir, you asked him for that yesterday. You asked him for that 2 days ago. And you're going to ask him for that tomorrow. Kadosh Baruch Hu knows. Al tidag. Don't worry. He knows what you asked. Don't be so upset. No, today was the day. Today was not the day. Just daven. I tell you, it's so simple, but we're so crazy in the head that we can't just be normal. Do you know what I'm talking about? We're so in our head. So again, either we overdo it or we underdo it or we yayish from it. We can never just be like in the middle. Like just daven. You know what I'm talking about? Sometimes when you're doing something new, whether you're driving, whether it's working out, whether it's a sport, and you're training, you're being taught, and move your hand here, move your leg there, and your head, and you're just like you feel like a robot, and then after a certain amount of time, it just like flows. You know what I'm talking about? Could we do that by davening? Could you like let it flow? Try it. Strengthen yourself. Give yourself life. However you have to. We mentioned this many times, and it's fun. These are ma'odus v'al b'simcha. Smile. Who smiles anymore? Smile. Come to the davening and be happy. Not a droopy Jew. This is the way to do it. You come in and you smile. That's not a droopy Jew. Kadosh Baruch is like, that's my guy. You come with a smile, it could be you could blow the whole tefillah. Kadosh Baruch is like, that's my guy. Come in happy. It could be you end up in who knows where your mind goes on Shemona Esrei. It could be you tried, you ended up in Paris, you ended up in the stock market, you ended up in your tire that popped, you ended up in the insurance, you ended up wherever you ended up. But you came in happy, you gave it another try. Kadosh Baruch says, Rahman Ali, that's my guy. He's happy, he's trying. But then you have the guy who walks in really serious. Droopy-ish, but serious, or whatever. And then he tries and he ends up in like outer space. I don't know. Kadosh Baruch was like, maybe tomorrow he'll be my guy. Because a person, if he understands, it's as if it was Hashem b'simcha. How could a person go to Avodas Hashem and not be b'simcha? Something's wrong. Because you don't chap what Avodas Hashem is. The king is standing there. And the king says to the servant, I need you to do X, Y, and Z for me. And the guy's like our kids. So the guy got it done. What does the king say? You don't understand? I'm the king. You don't appreciate the value. You don't appreciate that I asked you to do this. You're in front of me, and that's how you use it. And then you have the guy, the king has to do it. And the guy's so happy. Thank you, king, for giving me the opportunity of doing it for you. And he totally blows the job, the mission. He didn't slay the dragon. He totally blew the mission. And the dragon, burnt down the palace. But he was so smiling. It's my guy. King will be like, my bad. I shouldn't have sent you. I should have sent the real guy. But you're happy. It's not a joke. Doesn't mean being besimcha means hoylulus and you can just do whatever you want and joke around in Hefkerville. But there's a big emphasis on being happy. It means you do something, you chap daven. You chap Avodas Hashem. What kind of relationship you have with a person who's always cranky or she's always cranky? How do you have a relationship with a person like that? They're always just like sour puss face. You know what I'm saying? There's always they're just not enjoyable to talk to. How do you have a relationship like that? Again, davening is not about asking for stuff. It's also asking for stuff, but it's asking for stuff from the one you want to have a relationship with, the Kadosh Baruch. You don't think he smiles? You don't think he sees you smiling? No, God knows my inner heart. I don't have to smile. He knows what's going on in your heart, but you need to smile for yourself. There's a tzaddik nowadays. I read in an article. This was like, wow. He's makbid to brush his teeth and even to use mouthwash. He has it by his davening. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know if you know. I'll tell you after. Because you have to have good breath. You daven to Kodesh Baruch Hu. He's makubal, as a makubal, but
Children say you should rinse your mouth
in the
out.
morning you should wash it. But he makbid to brush his teeth and to have mouthwash to have good breath. What does that mean? Kodesh Baruch Hu needs to have good breath. No, you need to have. I mean, you have to care enough that you're putting your efforts in. You come in b'simcha. Yizahir ma'od. He said you be very careful about this. To daven l'spah b'simcha, even if you have no idea what you're saying, you know that you're davening to Kodesh Baruch Hu. Daven b'simcha. It's hard for people because simcha to them means I have to get something, I have to accomplish, I have to do something that's. I have to feel good. It's a misunderstanding because by tefillah, if you think that tefillah is only about getting stuff, if you think tefillah is about some inspirational feeling that you once felt, 25 years ago, you're going to feel that again. That's what I'm waiting for, and that only then I'm going to be b'simcha. Then you're missing the boat. We have to change our whole mahalach, and it's not easy. It takes time. You don't know what the words mean? That's fine. You know nigunim, sing the words in a nigun. I once davened with forgot his name.
Susha.
No. The breast of Mashpia. Really smiley.
Rosh Hashanah.
Rosh Hashanah, yeah.
Oh.
I said this once before. He came to America. And we davened by someone's house over here. It's a small minion. And he came in all happy and jolly. And he was saying how it's passed down for generations that you sing Pesukei Zimra, you sing it with nigunim. He said, pick any nigun you want, we'll just sing the words to it. And we did. Any classic nigun you had, you could put the words to it. And it's a different davening. It's a different davening. Some people they're too sad. I can't daven a nigun today. I'm too upset. Daven b'simcha. It's a big Indian. There's a little more. The year to try to make yourself happy before davening, to give yourself chiyus for anything that you can. It could be a coffee, it could be a mikveh dunk, it could be listening to music before. There's nothing wrong with that. Listen to a nice, happy, joyous song before you daven. It'll bring you up. Come in with a little self-confidence, find something good about yourself. The droopiness often is because a person is upset himself, has no self-esteem. Okay, it's a bigger Indian. But if to find something good that you did in the morning, to chazik yourself, to be nice to yourself, so you're able to have b'simcha. Famous Zamra. A lot to do work on tefillah. Mitzvah will continue at the end of this next week. What time is it actually? Take it back.
You can finish it.
Just run through it.
Yeah.
Run through it because we got to move on.
Yeah.
You can never move on from tefillah, but you understand. There's much to talk about davening. I can't write it all down. Just a little bit. Rabbi Nelson says I wrote from Rabbi Nachman. I heard. Hamaskil, the one who has a seichel. Hachefetz be'emes, and the one who wants the emes. Yovan Hatev is called the Berenu. He understands. He knows good what we're talking about over here. Kim etzos neflos v'noiros. These are awesome etzos. It sounds very pashut, but that's the point. The pashut etzos is the most awesome, most profound. Amitis v'tmimus. Gam yain hatev b'maimer tamas yichasyumu. We once learned this a long time ago. At Sichos Haran in Tes Mashakasav Sham, it says over there, Apostle, Sohar Tas Teva, that light, or that window that was made for the Teva by Noach. When Nachman speaks over there and in Kuf Yud Beis about davening be'emes. Davening be'emes. It's not for now. Remember that? A long time ago. V'hita aznecha, u'shma b'kach einecha, and to incline one's ear, to listen, open your eyes, or A and C. Sham heitiv, see very good in those Torahs, be'emes. Ma'at isa sham mi'inyan ha'emes. Emes de ge'emes. To daven be'emes. Come be'emes. Sheikar hu ha'emes. That's the emes. The emes is to be emes. Just to be normal, just to be you, and not to be everybody else, not to fake it. Just be you. You'll go the distance. Because when a person is so confused and davening, so much going on, you could always come back to the emes. The next word, just say that emes. Rabbi Nachman says. The next word, say emes. Simple. So much going on, just say one word with a focused emes. That's all you get the whole davening. Tov ma'od ma'od check plus plus. Mitsuyan. And we get another word. You can get one bracha baruch atah Hashem. Be'emes. Atov manon. Malach is going to come. Sheyir b'tfilas l'dabra kol panim hadibur be'emes b'shpshitas. To try to daven at least be'emes with simplicity. Be'ez madrega shu, whatever madrega you're on. JBU, just be you. Ein Shem Heitiv. Rabbi Nachman has a skam on this college. What does that mean? I'm going to get everything I want? No. Does it mean I'm going to fly in the heavens? Lav davka. It means you're going to build a relationship with the Kadosh Baruch Hu, because even putting in effort to daven, that's part of the relationship. The Kadosh Baruch Hu says, oh, you're my guy. If you just try to accustom yourself to Mekayim, what it says over there, Be'emes, in Kufya Beis and Tess, Gamu Klal Gadol b'chol avodas Hashem k'vur Hashem. It's a great Klal Gadol and all avodas Hashem just to be emesdik. Gam Shamati Shemak Shekol Tinus Ha'osim B'Shas Tefillah. Whatever movements you do make in Tefillah, if they're real movements, not fake movements, be a dime, v'kiyotze with your hands or your legs, maybe moving around. If it's emesdik, Zebechin is v'yidoi kasan rozin. We already mentioned it earlier, but in the Tikkun Zohar, it's coming from a high place. Each person has their own kav. Lamaisa, try to be emesdik, try to be besimcha. Don't be droopy. Come with a chizik, come in mechazizav. It doesn't matter if you know what you're talking about. JBU, and you try. Try to learn davening outside of davening. Put your kochas in. Come in. Don't hide anywhere in the back. Don't walk around flying all over the place. Be there with your sitter. Say the words a little bit out loud. Nothing crazy. And just sing a little, maybe if you can. And just say it. You'll feel good about it because you'll be like, oh, I did what I had to do. Was it great? Was it bad? No, because I did what I had to do. If you do what you have to do, sometimes then you'll get raised up by Kadosh Baruch Hu. But you got to be in it to win it.